Hey there, comic book fans. I'm back from the comic shop for another week. I was there yesterday, so it's time for an early morning comic book haul. Uh, got 7 comics to show you this week. Pretty good amount. First, let me show you the top of the printer museum covers I had up there this week. We've got Weird Wonder Tales, a 1970s Marvel weird anthology. And I picked out something fairly recent. This came from out in 2017. It's a cover of The Beauty. And I think this cover is by Jeremy Juan. I don't see it credited anywhere, but I'm pretty sure that's his work. He's the writer on this, not the artist, but he's also an artist. And this is Ron Wilson and Frank Giacoia. There's a little signature up here, so I didn't even have to look up who did it, but it's because I think it was Sleepy Reader who said, if it kind of looks like Kirby from the 70s, it's probably Ron Wilson. He looks like a cross between Kirby and John Buscema, I think his stuff often does, to me. Which is why I always, when I first see it, I'm always like, is that John Buscema? I don't think so. No, it's Ron Wilson and Jeremy Juan. So I'll put those 2 away and pick out 2 more. Let's see what I got. I haven't even looked at these since I brought them home last night, so they've just been sitting in their paper bag. So I'm like, now I wonder what I got, because I don't remember. We got the Power Fantasy, issue 4. Been enjoying this one. It says Kieran Gillen and Casper Wingegard. Need Paolo to tell me how to say that one, because I forget every time. But this is the one that came out of Kieran Gillen's Marvel work with the X-Men, and it's all about if you had like a bunch of superheroes and 4 of them were like, Omega level superheroes who are like atomic bombs, how would they have to get along if they could? Because if they fight, millions of people die. So how do they get along without fighting and without humanity becoming sort of collateral damage to their disputes? So that's what that one's about. It's pretty interesting. Then we've got The Pedestrian number 4, which is a strange one. This is one of those I don't know how to describe. Justice always has the right of way. He's got a good slogan, though. Good catchphrase. And it's about this guy, the pedestrian, who dresses up in this outfit and power walks around town and helps people out. There he is. But there's these weird, see these guys with the stop hands on their faces? I don't know who they are. They're sort of these weird mystic things. There's some strange, there's some crazy shots right there. Yeah. So I think there's like supernatural stuff going on with them, but we're not sure if the pedestrian is some kind of, there he is power walking, supernatural or not. So and then like 3/4 of the story is kind of slice of life with the everyday people who kind of run across his path, and then a quarter of the story is just this really weird, we don't know what's going on yet part. So it's been a lot of fun. And here's Paranoid Gardens, issue 5. This one's weird from top to bottom. Paranoid Gardens is this living sort of building and landscape on which there's this, I guess it's some sort of sanitarium, mental health place that like superheroes and aliens are all in. And it's got terrific Chris Weston artwork. I didn't even say who did this one. Pedestrian is by Joey Esposito and Sean Von Gorman. And Paranoid Gardens, Gerard Way and Sean Simon are the writers, and Chris Weston is the art with Dave Stewart on colors, and Nate Picos is the letterer. There's the credits there too. I was reading the front cover. But some terrific Chris Weston artwork. The reason I checked this one out was for the Chris Weston artwork. And he's got this very this style where like he draws the hell out of everything in the panel. Everything in the panel is important to him. So it's good stuff. I've been enjoying it thoroughly. Then we've got Walsh, Vargas, and Carey, Null Hunter, and Olympus Saga. And this is like a retelling of some Olympic myths. I don't remember the first issue that well, But I remember I bought the second issue because I kind of liked it. I was like, I want to read a little more of it. But then what was funny was usually what happens is an issue comes out, and then later on that week is final order cutoff for the next issue. And so I'll buy the first issue, I'll buy the second issue, I'll read it and go, oh, that was good. I think I want to put that on my pull list. And my comic shop emails me a final order cutoff form where I can just click on things and order them. I can either put it on my pull list or order it issue by issue, whichever suits me. But the final order cutoff for issue 3 of this was last Monday. So it's like I was looking at it going, "Ooh, I haven't got issue 2 yet. Did I like it enough to buy issue 3?" I was like, "Yeah, I'll order issue 3." So I ordered issue 3 of this also. So hopefully I like issue 2 as much as I liked issue 1 because I got issue 3 coming up. But it's still not on my permanent pull list where I have them order me every issue. And then we've got Mythologies and Apocrypha Part 2. This is by new comic by Tim Lane, who I only discovered with issue 1 of Mythologies and Apocrypha. But it's from Fantagraphics, and of course Fantagraphics publishes some odd stuff. And like the first issue had story, I guess this issue has stories with Johnny Carson in them. And the first issue had stories with who was it? Steve McQueen and Frank Sinatra. There's Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin. There's a completely different individual strip. So it's all these individual strips, all these kind of Hollywood slice of life things, and it's hard to describe. Oh, there's some color pages. Who's in our color pages? I don't know. Mom and Pop reading in bed with a kid. Meanwhile, in a little Minnesota town. So that's in a little Minnesota town. So first issue I enjoyed. I'm sure I'll like the second one. We'll see if any more come out from him. Then we've got Ice Cream Man presents Horror House. This one feels a little thicker than normal. What number is this? 42? I can barely see it. Whoops, up there. It blends right into the background. Who's our creators on this one? It's written by W. Maxwell Prince, art by Martin Morazzo, colors by Chris O'Halloran, lettering by Good Old Neon. I think this one is all one-page horror stories or two-page horror stories. They do a lot of different stuff in Ice Cream Man. No, this isn't the issue. I think that's two. So this one looks to be normal. 24-page comic for them. But I just read some issues coming out with supposed to have one-page horror stories for the whole issue, but I guess it doesn't look like this one is it. This one looks like it's about a horror house. But Ice Cream Man is sort of an anthology of horror stories. Good stuff. I always enjoy it. Then let's see. The last comic we got for the week is the Department of Truth issue. What issue is this? Oh, 27. It's right up where it should be. I'm looking all around trying to find it, and it's right there where it should be. This continues our Marilyn Monroe story. Writer James Tinian IV, Allison Sampson, Jordi Belair is our colorist, and Aditya Bidikar is our letterer. And this is the book in which if enough people believe a story, it becomes real, and it gets rewritten into history. And the Department of Truth, run by Lee Harvey Oswald at this time, is the U.S. government department that tries to keep people from believing conspiracy theories that might hurt the U.S. And at this point, this is the story of Marilyn Monroe, and they gave us. And last issue, they kind of gave us this idea that they sent an agent out to look after Marilyn Monroe for some reason, because she believed someone was after whatever. And we come to the point, the agent came to the point where he realized the reason the Department of Truth sent him out there is because Marilyn Monroe might be fictional. And he's the guy who usually puts down monsters. Like, if a Bigfoot pops up somewhere, he's the guy who's got to put it down. So it's really weird in that, and she's beginning to feel herself like she's fictional. Because they mentioned at one point she sang Happy Birthday to the famous Happy Birthday song to John F. Kennedy. And after that, people started believing that she was having an affair with John F. Kennedy. So now in this world, even though she had no affair with John F. Kennedy, she's starting to get memories of having an affair with John F. Kennedy, and none of this is making sense to her. And the guy's like, ooh, she might be a fictional person. So it's been a really interesting story so far. We'll have to show you that one. Now, hold on, what's the last one I showed you back here? Oh, you know what? Let's show you this. This is... Here's a little what is it? Style. I've been seeing these videos on the internet of people, like artists, working, and they're working on some drawing, and they're pasting things down on top of it and drawing on the tape. They paste it over top of it and pasting more stuff, and the drawing keeps changing as they're working on it. So I decided to do something with pasting stuff over the top on my own. This is one of my Gatsby drawings for my illustrated Gatsby book I've been working on. And it was not my favorite of the whole batch I've done. So I said, you know what? I'm going to take that one and I'm going to paste things. No, I didn't use tape. I used 3M positionable mounting adhesive on paper and pasted down different bits of colored paper and drew right on the different bit. I redrew this guy's face twice. You can see the first one. I was like, I don't like this guy's face. It now has the green show. I'm just drawing over it. Then I put another piece over here and redrew the bottom half of his face. I was just drawing little faces in the middle, dream cycle, some words in there, some fake writing over here and on. So I ended up really liking this one. I'm like, you know what? That was my least favorite of the illustrations I did for Gatsby, of the people coming up from the water. Now I kind of like it. We got something down there, smile down there, amongst other things. So a new technique I was working on. The rest is ink and marker. A lot of the Gatsby stuff I've been coloring on computer, but this one I colored on marker, with marker, colored on marker. Color on the computer, color with marker. I guess you can color with a computer too. I'm not sure. But anyway, wanted to show you that one. Just sort of new technique. I've been doing some little cartoon art cards that size, using that technique too, where I'm just pasting new stuff on top of it and redrawing on top of the new paper. But anyway, some comic books, some artwork, and you guys have a good week out there.